everyone, it's Tara here with Create Life Paper Words, and I had posted this to my Instagram live, and turns out that I don't know if I was not early enough or if I was having issues with everything else. And I thought I had posted the live share of my December daily album to those little tiny circles above my feed, and it turns out all I posted was the photo. Yeah, anyways, so still getting used to this. So I thought I would do a share for you. Anyways, I will lay this flat. I just wanted to show you the outside cover as I chatted with you real quick. So this is my December daily 2018. This is from last year. I used a majority of Ali Edwards December Daily products. I also purchased from Inner Creative Bubble. I think I purchased 3 of her kits and printed them off and used them to fill. I felt the colors went really nicely with the Ali Edwards ones that I had got, because I just had used very neutral with hers. To be honest, I don't even think I got a mini kit last year. I think I just got some random products. I can't quite remember. It's been a while. But I did absolutely love this album. It is the red chipboard with words, and it says things like "Tis the season, December joys, Merry Christmas, good cheer," that kind of stuff. It's fairly full, as you can see. Oh, hold on just a second. And so I had a few things, a few goals in mind when I put this together. I very much take a approach of this is about me. My family's included in it, but it's the things that I want to remember about Christmas and the Christmas season. I really love things that are different textures. I really love things that sort of pop out of the page. I don't have everything in page protectors. I like things that are different sizes. I love things that stick up. As you can see, you can actually see them. So those are a couple approaches I took. Another thing I do is I do 25 December stories. A few of these stories are actually from November, because we started some Christmas things early last year. And I also pick a word for the year similar to One Little Word. And the reason I do that is because I then sort of try and focus my journaling into that word, so that there's a lot of cohesion between the years. So, or sorry, between the book. So those are sort of my approaches. I'm probably going to be doing the exact same thing this year. I've got my box already ordered. I'm super excited. Yeah, that's sort of all I have to tell you. And so yeah, I'm going to show you what the inside looks like. Okay, so here is the beginning of my album. I printed off this quote, and it's one from Ali Edwards. I can't quite remember where I got it from, maybe on her blog. And I just printed out that on vellum. I really love the look and feel of vellum. And then I just punched it. I realized that I had actually ripped this somehow last week when I was sharing it. So that's the only issue with vellum. So my word for last December was pause. And then I just did this up really quickly on the Letter Glow app. It was super easy to do. I brought our photos in, added the little brackets, did the word pause in a font that I liked, colored it blue, and then just put some journaling. And what I did is this year I journaled why I chose the word pause. So it says, this year I'm hoping to pause in this busy season. This year I'm hoping to take a moment to notice the season of Christmas. This year I'm hoping to not get too caught up in being busy and just enjoy. This year I'm letting go of what I don't enjoy and embracing what I do enjoy. I hope to find joy and delight in the little things, life's perfect imperfections. This year I'm pausing. And then, so the idea was that I was going to write sort of in events on this calendar, and I didn't, because I don't have small enough writing. So this was actually a second print that I did, and then I just put the dates at the very bottom. So But I do like the fact that there's a calendar there so that I can sort of look back and see, you know, what day the first was or something like that. So here is 25 December moments. And just sort of like to do a bunch of pages with cards that I like for no reason other than it's pretty. Like I said earlier, I like different sizes of things and I like things to not be in pages. So this was actually some packaging from one of my Christmas presents. And I just cut it out in a semi-circle shape. Did some hole punching, and this is something that had ended up happening in, I believe it was like early this year, like middle of November almost. Every year we do an ornament exchange with my friends. So to journal that, I just laid everything out on like a white backing and then took a photo and then cut it out into a circle shape. And then I numbered everything, and that's who made them and what they were. And then I did some journaling about how the Christmas ornament exchange is one of my favorite things that we do. And then there's the rest of it. This actually came from a card that one of my, I think my sister gave one of the kids. Some large vellum letters. So this is just a little insert. It's just one of the Ali Edwards ones. I'm not sure if it was from like a kit or something. It was from something. And my son had a hockey tournament, so I just journaled about the hockey tournament, and then stuck it in here with a photo of him. The newspaper, they did a teddy bear toss, so they had a photo in the paper. One of the tournament programs, and then just a bigger photo of the teddy bear toss with all of them. And then just put it in here. I love these little pockets specifically for this reason, that it's great for when I have things that maybe just don't fit nicely in a 6x8. And then all I did was cut the top off and punch some holes in it. So super easy to do. 3 is about how I just did a power shop this year and I was pretty much done in an afternoon. 4 is all about our Elf on the Shelf Christmas tradition. And 5 is about how my oldest is taking over that. 6 is about snow. I love the look of fresh snow. So I did a full 6x8 photo for that. Kept it very simple, just with a 6 cork piece. And it says it's the most wonderful time of the year. And then just some journaling on the other side. Oh, I remember what I did. I purchased the Pink Paisley Press mini kit in the digital form last year. That's what I did. And then, like I said, some Inner Creative bubble ones as well. I knew I would remember what I did. I did a 7. And so this is a page that, this is the photo. So I printed it off as, what would that be, 12 by 8, I believe? No, sorry. 6 by 8. Yeah, 12 by 8, and then cut it in half. And then I put my word right in the mug. Take a moment to sit and enjoy and look at the tree and cuddle up, pause in the season, and then some journaling for that. I attempted to do a tree made out of embellishments. It didn't work well, but my goal was to get this done, and so I didn't feel the need to go back and redo it. But I did a bunch of journaling on the back about how we had a decorating morning, and my dad and his girlfriend were down, so they helped put up the tree, and they really loved it as much as we loved it, because they don't usually get to do that with my kids. And here's what the finished tree looked like. And then I wanted to sort of bring the same element in, so on the back of that 6x8 photo, I used some very old Felicity Jane Christmas kit and just cut them all out and stuck them on. For the 9th memory, again, the same idea. I took a pocket, cut the top off, put a little bit of embellishment on it, and then I added some ribbon to the top of these things, and this was the girls skating Christmas carnival. I did a big tag, journaling, and then this is what was in the newspaper as well. That. And again, these work so well for me. I'll definitely be doing that and bringing those into 2019's. 10 was a really fun evening. I'm on the board for our library, and we, myself and one of the other board members, were asked if we would go to this supper that like the regional system has. And so we were like, yeah, great, so sure, free supper sort of thing. And it turns out actually that we won an award for our best innovative fundraiser for something we had done in March. So that was really cool, and that was a really fun evening. 11 is about how Colin and I like to take a moment to pause, and we usually bring out the crib board and play a game or two of crib for that. One of my favorite elements that I put in every year is a Christmas song that I'm listening to. This year it was Christmas, Baby Please Come Home, and so it's very easy to do. If you go into Google and you type in the song you want, so I typed in Christmas, Baby Please Come Home, sheet music, and it will pop up either a PDF or a JPEG image for you. So I just print this off, and I usually print it on vellum because I really like how it looks. And then I didn't even really need to do any journaling. This is something I do every year, and so I really, really love how it looks. And it's one of those things that I can just sort of stick in anywhere. And yeah, so like this is one of my favorite things. I always like to have those similar elements, and I'll sort of point them out to you because there's a few more coming up. 13, we went to this really intimate Christmas concert. 14 was all about our Christmas cookie exchange, also one of my favorite traditions. So if you've watched any of my other Christmas album shares, you'll notice that I usually have a Christmas ornament exchange page in there. I usually have a Christmas cookie exchange in there. I usually have a sheet music in there. Yeah, so I really like those similar elements. I did the exact same thing that I had done with the Christmas ornament exchange, and I numbered everything, and then I wrote on this page who made it and what it was. And I just like that you can see the pattern, right? So you have this page, and then you also have this one here, and you've got the numbering element and listing elements. 15, I totally took this from Allie. Not even gonna pretend I didn't, but I loved how she had done a photo of her Christmas cards and the addressing of them. I love sending out Christmas cards every year. So I really loved how she did that. And then we had gotten we got photos taken in September. And so I just had a couple extras, and they're just so pretty. So I wanted to include them, so I made a little tag book, which is super easy to do. You just cut them all the size of tags, punch them in the middle, and I put some ribbon in there. So see, aren't they beautiful? I know. And then I just added this spread a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year cheer. No, spread good cheer, I guess. And then just a little journaling about Christmas cards and why I love sending and receiving them. And then this is our actual Christmas card from last year, and I decided just to back it on some grid paper. Bringing in some more vellum, I put the 16 in big vellum letters onto vellum. 16 is about wrapping. I kept little snippets of all of our wrapping paper, and this is something I really like to do of anything maybe I have left over or anything that would work well in a grid layout, and so I just stapled them all in there, and I did back them with this fun ugly Christmas sweater wrapping paper I found at Michael's. This year everyone got their own wrapping paper, except the girls, they shared this unicorn one, and I always love this photo as well. So again, this is another element that I usually do every year, is our wrapping paper. And then, then there's some journaling. Just tuck that right in there. I'm pretty sure this year I talked about. Okay, and then after I have my wrapping paper, I wanted to take a picture of the tree to show what it looked like, you know, after all the presents are under the tree. And I love looking at presents under the tree. Such a great, so great. I just love it. Emmy, for the 17th memory, was the only one who wanted to sit with Santa this year. On the 18th, this is another story that I like to bring in every year. One of my husband's favorite Christmas traditions is going to look at the Christmas lights around the town that we live in. It takes us about an hour. We get hot chocolate or tea, and we just drive the streets. It's so much fun. 19, and I noticed that I did not put a 19 on here anywhere, so I may need to just quickly put something in, is about the Christmas concert of the kids' school. 2017's was really horrible. It was like 2.5 hours long, and it just kept going on, and the kids were less restless, and adults were restless, and I saw people leaving, and I wished I could leave too. So I've sort of been dreading it for the whole year, knowing it was coming again. And my husband had hockey practice that night that he coaches, and so he decided to not cancel hockey practice. And Emmy and I went to the school, and we sat up at the top of the bleachers, and I popped some popcorn ahead of time, and we had snacks. And then I proceeded to play-by-play, tell him exactly what was happening through text, so that he had this fun text to read when he got out of hockey practice. So I definitely helped, and it's a really great memory. So 20, Aubrey is always on my number 20 because her birthday is on the 20th. So this year, to journal or to record that, I put some of the items that she wanted for her birthday. She turned 10, so we've got a photo of her. And then I just did a little letter to her. And then this gorgeous photo of these cupcakes that we made. And then 21 is an event, but one that when I did the journaling for it, I took a very much a emotional feeling type of approach to it. So this was about the school auction that we put on, and yeah, and the journaling is about how proud I am of our little school. So 22 is about these notes that my son has been giving us. They are so cute. He'll just after school be like, oh, I have this for you, and hand me this piece of paper that you can tell he was using for art or something, with these cute little notes on it. This one says, hi mom, how are you doing today? Love, Rhett. So I took a photo of it, and then I also kept them just in case something happens to them. And then I journaled about how much I love those little notes. 23 is also an event-based one, but again, something that I did a lot of feeling journaling about. So we went skiing. 24th is the my husband's family Christmas, and I journaled about how it was so nice and quiet, and how it was a really great evening because of that. And then to you know, put a photo to that, I've got one of all the kids and how old they are. These are just sort of filler ones because I really liked the photos and I wanted to put them in. So this one is the stockings were hung. And then the next one is about this gorgeous ornament that I had made about the kids. And then 25 is sort of Christmas morning and how much I love the chaos that it brings. And then I did a lot of journaling, sort of maybe as like a closing of how I love Christmas Day and what I love about Christmas Day. And for this past year, it changes usually a little bit because I really love the fact that I'm with family, but my grandpa had been in the hospital leading up to that, and so we were all so grateful and thankful that he was able to get out that day and we were able to see him. So that's sort of what that one was about. And then I did some holiday movies, and this doesn't have a number or anything. It's just something that I like to include. So all I did was I went to my Netflix history and then in Google just typed in a movie poster for like the holiday, screenshotted it. I did have to, I had to make them all the same size, so I think I put them as a 4x6 size. And then I brought them all into the Letterglow app. I talked about it a bit at the beginning of the book. The Letterglow app is one of my favorite apps to make any of my hybrid pages. This is printed exactly how it looked on my phone, and I just find that it prints really nicely. I've also sent them, I think I printed this off from my printer, but I've also sent them off to like London Drugs or Costco, and same idea thing, they print really nicely. And then this again was packaging, and I just love it. It's just on this great paper and the beautiful watercolors. And then I always like to keep the cards and Christmas cards and stuff that we get from our friends. So those are in there too. And this is, I don't know if you can get them anymore, but it is a Project Life brand from Stampin' Up, I think is what this one was. And it's just an envelope, and I know I stockpiled them, but I think I'm almost running out, so I'm gonna have to figure something else out, I'm sure. Or I might even just be able to, and sorry about that, my camera fell at the very end there. So I hope you really enjoyed looking through my December daily album, if you hadn't caught it on my Instagram live stories, and hopefully I can figure out how exactly to save this to my little tiny circle part. I'm gonna be planning on doing more of these, so stay tuned, not just for December dailies, but also I've got Project Life 2018 and 19 that I have to catch you guys up with. So thanks for watching. Bye.